As we celebrate Black History Month, I'd like to recognize Clarence Edwin Gaskin. Growing up in Texas, he got the nickname Cito, and he dreamed of becoming a Major League Baseball player. He fulfilled that dream in 1967, playing for the Atlanta Braves. He would then go on to play for the Padres, the Braves again, and then the Pirates before transitioning into coaching. Gaston began as the hitting coach for the Blue Jays until he was named the team manager in 1989. Only a few years later, Cito took the Blue Jays to the World Series and became the first African-American manager to win a World Series in 1992. He followed it up the following season, winning the World Series in back-to-back years. Cito Gaston was known for being a player's coach. Five-time All-Star Joe Carter said that Cito, quote, knows how to work with each individual, treating everyone like a human being. He knows exactly what to say, when to say it, what to do, and how to go about doing it.
All right, wake the neighbors, tell your friends you want to watch the next 20 minutes. Terron Armstead, 12 years in the NFL, a five-time Pro Bowler, started with the Saints, went to the Dolphins, one of the great multi-left tackles, pass blocking, run blocking, in the NFL for a long time. Could play, still available. We'll get into that in a second. This guy's full of personality. You know, what's always interesting, I'm fascinated by this. How in the hell did you end up being overlooked by SEC teams? It didn't take you very long to be good in the NFL. You went to Arkansas Pine Bluff.
I did.
I know where Arkansas is. I don't know where the Pine or the Bluff is at. Why? Were you a late bloomer?
I think my area was just overlooked. My high school was behind the times as far as exposure.
Okay.
Putting the eyes on guys and getting the tape to where it was available. You know, I was still VHS, very, a lot of static.
Well, Josh Allen, same thing.
Oh, really?
No, I mean, literally didn't get a single college offer.
Oh, wow.
Played out in the sticks in Northern California.
Okay. Well, same situation. Yeah, so if you were watching my film, you would have to kind of figure out which of those dots were me, and we liked that guy, and it didn't happen for me.
Did you know, did you go to the Combine?
I did.
Okay, when did you know, I'm better than that guy, I'm better than that guy? Like, when did you know, I'm going to play in this league?
I wouldn't say the Combine was that situation for me. Combine helped me get more eyes and more exposure. I had broke the 40-yard dash record for the offensive lineman. Ran 4.65 too, so wow. Look at that. So that just helped me get my name out and got more people to watch my film. My college film had some static too, but it was more DVD. Okay. It wasn't VHS no more.
Okay.
So it's hard to see that too. But Combine helped me tremendously. But as far as like which guy that I feel like I could play against or I'm better than, never really been my thing. I went to the East-West Shrine game and then got invited to the Senior Bowl the next week. So those 2 weeks were probably the most revealing for me as far as level of talent, because I kept hearing that through the process. Your level of talent that you played against is going to be different than the SEC guys. So first one-on-one, I'll tell you a quick story. First one-on-one at the Senior Bowl. I got there late. I line up. It's a DN from Georgia. I don't remember his name. And I'm like, this is my moment. I jumped at him, threw his ass 5 yards, and jumped on him, everything. Like, I blacked out. And that was my like, right then and there was my moment of, you can do this. You can play at this level.
I love stories like that. I love that stuff. You know, it's funny. We were talking during the break. I love Sean Payton. Sean Payton FaceTimed me last night in Indy, and you played for him for years, and he is very blunt. He and Russell Wilson, Russell's Mr. Optimism, Sean's Mr. Authentic Honesty. Like, it clashed.
Yeah.
You didn't like Sean early.
I didn't. I didn't like him at all my first 3-4 years, but I appreciated him. Like, I appreciated his coaching style. He was very direct. He was very aggressive, but he wasn't personable at all. Like, I couldn't say nothing to him, couldn't make a suggestion or opinion or anything. Only time he talked to you was if you messed up. That was it. Like, he was not a pat on the back guy at all. So as a young player coming from Arkansas Pine Bluff, I was looking for a little, you know what I mean, a little something.
Yes.
But everything that he taught me in those first 4 years, it stuck with me, and it taught me what's important. Doing your job, execution, play after play, game after game. And I can't thank the man enough. And then later on, my last 5 years together, we became best friends. And I love him to death. The stories that he has and the moments that we've shared together, he went the extra mile for me. 2020 during COVID, my brother passed away, and we couldn't travel. So, it was looking like I wouldn't be able to go to the funeral. And I'm like, I'm driving if that's the case. But it's middle of the week, and Sean called me to his office, and he's like, Mrs. Benson, I told her the situation. We're taking her plane. We're going to the funeral. I'm like, what you mean? Wait. He's like, I'm coming with you. Like, we're going to and he came up to my hometown. Me, him, Dan Roshar. He just signed with the Bears as the O-line coach. Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. And we all went to the funeral together, and Sean was amongst the people, and he helped my family, like, genuinely. Had people laughing and smiling at really the toughest time of our lives. So forever grateful for that man.
By the way, somebody said on the staff, they said, hey, Terron is going to give you crap about Steph Curry, who dropped 56 last night. What are you going to say to me? I was very complimentary today of Steph Curry. Yeah, no, so now that you mentioned it, and it's about 8 years ago that you said this. 8 years ago? Yeah, I've been holding on to that. I've been waiting for you. Yeah. So okay, 8 years.
I honestly don't even remember what you said. I just know at the moment I didn't like it. Didn't like it one bit.
What'd I say?
It was, can he win a championship, by himself? Does he need X, Y, and Z to do it? It was something crazy, just outrageous.
And it just bothered you.
It bothered me bad.
But you know what? It's funny about Steph Curry. He goes to Davidson, so none of us watch him. Small school. Mm-hmm. You and him have something in common. He has ankle issues. He's not very good defensively at all.
My ankle's pretty good. I heard everything else, but ankles were good.
But he had to develop into something.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And there were talk. They were going to keep Monte Ellis and move him. Like that was Jerry West is like, we're not doing that. I think it was Jerry West or somebody in the organization. And the truth is that I do think the jet fuel to players like you and Curry, and I've said this about this year's quarterback draft, they're all getting crushed.
Yeah.
This is them off.
That's a fact.
And what makes Curry so great is that he just always works at his craft. And I think sometimes, and I see this a little with Luka. Luka was so good at 16, beating European men. He's still not in good shape. Like when the harder things are to attain, the more it fuels you for the rest of your life. Steph Curry will be competitive golfing at 74.
That's a fact.
Because of Davidson.
That's a fact.
And go into your life. The fact you were doubted, even today, does it tick you? Because I think you were graded top three tackle last year.
Yeah.
Does it still drive you crazy? Do you feel disrespected by that?
I do. And that to your point, that's what drew me to Steph Curry. Like to become a fan of Steph Curry is all the noise, and for him to use it as fuel and to work, to become what he has become. I took the same approach. I had to work overtime to go from Arkansas Pine Bluff and be a small school guy, underachiever, all of those things, whatever, to be a 5-time Pro Bowler, all pro, you know what I mean? And it's still, like you say, to this day, it was third-rate tackle this year, whatever, whose grades or metrics. But I just always got to prove myself. And I'm okay with that because I love the grind. I love the work. I love getting better. I love the progression. It's just a part of who I am.
So I've said this before. NFL's obviously rewarding financially offensive players over defensive players, but I've said there's a handful of defensive players in my life, Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor, Aaron Donald. They're just different.
Facts.
Myles Garrett is pretty close to that, and my argument is if you give him a winning environment, he'll play even better. Like LeBron looks better now that Luke is there.
For sure.
I mean, Steph's playing better, Jimmy Butler's there. It's like they're showing off. It's question. Okay, everybody's watching my games now. How many times have you faced Myles Garrett, and physically, he should have more body fat at that size. Is he a tough matchup even for you?
Yeah. I've played him 3 times. I would say I think we played the first time in 2018. That is a top 3 one-on-one O-line versus D-line battle. I went and watched it again probably 2 months ago. It's a dog fight. I won. I did. I'm gonna just put that out there. I won. But if you go back and watch that game, I got no help. He got no help. He lined up here, I lined up here, and we went at it for the entire game. 2018, go watch that.
So the next day when you wake up, be honest with me.
You're right.
Is it hard to get out of bed when you play somebody at that level?
For sure. That you get a physical dogfight like that, somebody that's like really, it's like a train wreck. For sure. It's you feel every part of it. Your neck, back, shoulders, for sure. No question about it.
By the way, Matt Stafford just reached an agreement with the Rams.
Oh, wow.
So
what we got?
The Raiders came after him, but it was interesting. According to Diana Rossini, the Raiders only offer 2 years, which is what the Rams are offering. So the trade speculation talk is done. The first significant offseason quarterback domino has fallen. The Rams and Stafford, according to Adam Schefter, have reached an agreement on a restructured deal. My guess is 2 years. I'm not sure about the money. Stafford's pretty unique. You know what I always appreciate about Stafford? A lot of these older quarterbacks don't want to get hit.
You're right.
Matt will sit in there.
Fearless.
To the last half second.
Fearless.
You've hit him a few times. I mean, you hit him. You've been in games against Stafford.
Yep.
Is there a secret code the quarterbacks, like Breeze was a smaller quarterback.
For sure.
As he got older, tell me what it's like to protect, like Tua.
Right.
We got concussions.
Yep.
He don't want to get hit. Do you feel a responsibility because of Tua's concussions? Does that add pressure to you?
It's pressure playing that position anyway, being the front line. Like I've had two smaller quarterbacks in my career, Drew Brees and Tua.
Those have been your guys.
Those have been my guys.
Those are by the way, Brees is Tua's comp.
For sure. And for good reason too. It's not for nothing. He is that from that cloth. So the stressful part, and it's real life stress. Like it's anxiety that goes on in pass protection. That's like the worst thing in the world is to get your quarterback hit, to me. So if I give up a sack, like no matter how I've played for the rest of the game, it doesn't matter. My day is ruined. It's ruined. I get the quarterback hit.
You only gave up 3 last year.
I don't think 2 of those are on me. So we got to go back and watch the film. Yeah, that's a lot of factors goes into that.
Is there a guy in the league that gave you more trouble, and he wasn't a high draft pick?
Yeah.
You know, we've always said this. There are guys in the NBA, they have maybe a weird body or whatever, but if you ask players, they're like, I remember Dominique Wilkins telling me, he goes, I love playing MJ.
Right.
I did not sleep playing Bernard King.
Right.
He goes, Bernard could just say, I'm scoring 54 tonight.
Yeah.
He goes, I couldn't stop him. He goes, I hated playing him. Is there a guy in the league that you're like, because Max Crosby talks a lot of trash.
He does.
And he's a fourth rounder. Is there a guy in the league that you maybe not sleep quite as well the night before?
No, I would say I feel the same way as Dominique. Like, I would rather block Myles Garrett and Max Crosby.
Wow.
I would. It's the guy that just got elevated off practice squad. I'm terrified of him. I'm scared to death. He's in his stance. He got his leg is shaking. God damn, he's about to rush with everything in his being.
So Max is intimidating.
No,
the scout. Who you talk? Who's
the
intimidating?
practice squad guy that just got elevated this week. They told him on Wednesday, "Hey, you're going to play this week. You might not get
guy
any rep."
terrifies you.
I'm fearful. Yeah, I don't want to see him. Give me Max. Give me Myles Garrett. Yeah, with that practice squad guy that just called up. I don't want no smoke with that young man.
He's got nothing but energy.
Nothing but energy. He's going to run through my face mask over and over. I throw him to the ground, but I'm like supposed to. So it's like, you know what I mean? He's going to get up and do it again. I don't want to see him.
You've made your money. You can retire today.
Yeah.
But you play outside of quarterback, the most important position in the sport. If a good team called you up and said, dude, 2 years, would you go play?
I'm on a good team, so no.
So you're not going to play?
I'm on a good team already.
Well, I know, but
yeah.
I mean.
So nobody else can call me.
This is it.
Dolphins only, yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
But you're kind of pausing.
I'm not. I think it's natural pauses in a conversation. You know what I mean?
That's funny. So what do you do now? How old are you? 33. Okay, you got some money. You've had an unbelievable career.
Yeah.
What is because most people retire. I'm 60 and still working. The average person in America,
great, man.
65, 66. You're 33 and can wrap it up. What do you do?
I weigh my options, right? I feel like being in the league for so long, having a successful career and I've done well financially, it gives me cushion and room to make a decision like this and to see if I want to continue to go out and compete in pursuit of a championship. That's the goal. Like that, honestly speaking, that's the goal. So it's a lot of factors that goes into that. A lot of health for sure, but then my kids getting older. My twin girls about to be teenagers. Pray for me, please. So those type of things are factors for sure. The Dolphins have been incredible and graceful, allowing me this time. I know you've seen the contract restructure that we just came to. It worked well for all parties. It allowed me a little bit more time to think and allowed them to do whatever they need to do necessary to improve the team.
So they've made you an offer. The Dolphins have. You said restructure.
Funny. Yeah, we restructured, yeah.
You haven't signed it.
Not physically.
Are you going to?
Yeah.
Again, you're pausing. What does that mean? You're pausing when I ask you, are you going to sign the contract?
What the restructure is like I took my projected salary down to minimum.
Okay.
So it allows the Dolphins to do, with the new space, cap space, to do whatever they need to do to improve the team. It allows me the time to make a decision whether I want to keep playing or not. So if I decide, hey, we're doing this, I'm locking in, let's go, then we have another conversation.
Okay, Matt Stafford broke news. You could do it right after.
I could. But I want to let Matt have his day. Who would I be to take his shine? And then they only talking about me today, you know?
All right. You know, you've had Sean Payton's intensity as a coach.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell's almost he's a player who coaches.
Yep.
And now you've got this wizard, this like MIT Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
Be honest about Mike McDaniel. First time you saw him, did you say, he's going to stand in front of us? He's a little different, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. My first time I saw him I was on a visit. So it was one-on-one. And he just came in. He came in with energy, man. He was excited. He had just got there 3-4 days before. You know what I mean? So he didn't know where his pens and
he's a little quirky.
He is, for sure. He's different. He's different. But that's okay because it's genuinely him. And that's what I appreciate. It's not a front. It's not an act. It's him. And you spend time with him, you'll see that. And you'll have a deeper appreciation for him.
Terron Armstead. You know, you're always welcome.
Appreciate it.
You can always come by the show.
You come to my show, too. I don't have one yet, but one day, when I do,
let me tell you something.
Free to come through.
This is a dead-end career. There's no reason to do this. You hang out with your beautiful twin daughters. Are they athletes?
What are they? Yeah, basketball players. Best sixth grade team in the country. Going to win the AAU Nationals again. Yeah, back to back. We're doing it.
What do you weigh right now, by the way? That's personal. What do you weigh?
About 285.
What do you play at?
298, 300.
Dude, that's a light tackle. For you to be that good at that weight?
Appreciate it. Strong.
This is a weird question. If I said max reps bench, what do you bench? It's a weird question.
What's bench?
Huh?
I'm not benching no more.
You don't bench?
No, not max reps, no.
No, you're just doing light stuff, trying to keep tone.
Yeah, I get what I need to get in. A lot of Pilates and stuff like that. Really.
How about that?
Core strength.
How about that?
Yeah, so when I grab them, it's no getting away.
Okay, Matt Stafford is signed with the Rams. We'll say it again.
Congrats, Matt.
Yeah, that's. So we said we thought the Raiders were in play, but in the end, the Rams wanted that first Raiders pick and probably a second, and the Raiders said that's a little bit too much. So Stafford, whose legacy, again, if you give him a second Super Bowl, that's Elway, that's Peyton Manning, that's Big Ben. Don't forget how a quarterback's career ends. Goes a long way in forming that legacy. Right now, Stafford's considered great. He becomes an all-time great with a second Super Bowl, and the Rams are in that short little window where they could do it. Hi, everybody. It's me, Uncle Colin. Subscribe here to get the latest from the herd, including exclusive behind-the-scenes videos and more, wherever you may be, however you may be watching. Thanks again for making us part of your day.